All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Wine with Kelly. This week, I have on my other intern, Kenny. What's going on, intern? I was going to call you intern, like as your first name. What's going on, Kenny?
Nothing much. Just trying to get through this last work week. It's killing me.
It's such a torturous week. So obviously, everybody, as you're listening, it'll be Wednesday, so it'll be really close to the home stretch. I just found out last week that I can work from home next week. It was like a sort of like an incentive surprise thing that they gave at our Christmas dinner thing, whatever. So this whole time I thought I was like kind of dreading it. I was like, oh, whatever, it'll just be like any other weekend, blah, blah, blah. But now that I get to work from home, this week has never gone slower.
Yeah, I can imagine. I only work like 2 days next week, and like everyone's gone already because everyone's saved their vacation. I didn't know that was a thing, and I'm just dying with like nothing to do. It's so boring.
It is really boring. Nobody's around, nobody's doing shit, and it's just like I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Are you going home at all for Christmas? Like, what are you doing for Christmas?
So on Christmas Eve, it's my first Christmas with my girlfriend's family, so that should be interesting.
God. Woo! That's a big deal.
Apparently they're like very Polish and follow these like crazy Polish traditions I've never heard of.
Okay.
So they like there's something, they have bread and they like break it and you have to like talk to everyone and wish them like a happy new year and like walk around in a circle, like say something personal to everyone. I know none of these people and I have anxiety about this right now. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say to everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like it's okay that you have a little anxiety because it sounds really weird.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind, having a dinner, but that I have to have, like, a personal conversation with every single person just sharing bread or something. I don't know. She tried to explain it. Makes no sense, but.
Really, really makes sense. I'm Irish and Polish, and the only Polish thing we've ever done is, like, have kibasi on Christmas. Like, that's basically it. So
I wish that was it. There are apparently, like, some old Polish traditions.
That's interesting. Yeah, I really don't know what you're in for. I'm sorry. Wow.
Yeah.
So crazy. I need you to report back on how that went.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Have you met any of these people before?
I've met some of them. Obviously, like her immediate family, but a lot of her extended I haven't met. So we'll see.
God, that's so much pressure.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. And then there's like a gift exchange, and it's like a white elephant. I'm like, how old are these people? Like, is there little kids? Can I buy just a bottle of wine? I don't know what to do. It's a whole thing.
This really is a whole thing. Wow, I cannot wait to hear how this unfolds.
Yeah.
Dying for December 26th. Well, that's very interesting. That'll be exciting for you. So not only do you have to spend time with family, it's more of like other people's family, which I think arguably might be worse than spending time with your own family, which is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, actually, and on Christmas Day, like obviously I'll be with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time ever, we're like not visiting our extended family on Christmas. We're just doing nothing. I'm so excited.
That's amazing. That's like what we do. We don't do extended family. We just do, well, Christmas Eve, we go to my Nana and Grandpa's house. Shout out to my Nana. And that's just every year. It's probably like 15 of us maximum. Like that's literally if everyone in the whole family goes. And then we just drink a shit ton of wine and go home. And then Christmas Day, we never do anything. We've stopped going to see family. We've stopped like having people over. It's so nice to just like sit in my pajamas all day long for real and just nap 100 times all day long. We have like our own dinner. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I haven't had a Christmas like that ever. It's always like we're leaving for an hour drive at like 1 p.m. So
always. That's the worst too. And like what sucks about that is nobody ever wants to do that. Nobody wants to. It's fine to see your family. Like, it's nice to see your cousins and, like, your aunts and uncles, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No one wants to get there. Nobody wants to sit around all day and, like, just dick around and wait for dinner. And then, like, then you have to travel home. Then you have to do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. It's, like, such a production.
Yeah, I'm so happy. When my mom, like, called me last week, she's like, so, what do you think about staying home? I'm like, best news I've heard all day. Like, made my week.
Why did we do this years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did the same thing. I think it's probably once you get older, you stop feeling the need to like bring the kids to see everybody. It's like you all are doing the same shit. Like everybody's just working. Everybody's kind of miserable. Nobody's like growing a foot in a year, and nobody really cares. Like how's middle school and shit like that. And I feel like they kind of give up and they're like, you know what? We're sick of all this family shit. We're just gonna have our own day.
Yeah.
I think that's where the line is drawn. Because I think it really only started happening once my brother and I were older. We like stopped doing all like, you know, the smoke and mirrors and seeing everybody. And it's like, if I want to talk to my aunts, I'll text them. Like, I don't need to. I don't.
Yeah, there's other ways to contact them now. We don't need to see them once a year or whatever it is.
I see you a lot. Like I probably see my family like more than the average person. It's like I don't need to now drive an hour to some like random place on Christmas Day and deal with you all day. Which is so good. I'm glad that you get to experience that as well. Shout out to everybody who doesn't get to experience that. I'm so sorry. It's really unfortunate.
Maybe one day you'll be lucky and, you know, get to stay home. So.
Yeah, maybe. Also, kind of in addition to that, I've decided, and I don't know if you would like to join me on this quest, Kenny, but I think that I am done making plans just with friends. I think I'm all set on doing things forever, and I think I just don't want to do things anymore.
I think I've been there for a while now. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice place. I think that I just don't want to do anything because this past weekend, I had 3. So this is also not like a brag. I don't have a lot of friends. Like I have like a small group of friends. I have like a couple different people that I hang out with in New York, and that's basically it. For some reason, this past Saturday, every person I knew, which is, like I said, maybe like 15 people in total, all decided to have different parties on the same day. So I went to 3 different parties on Saturday, like one right after another.
Just saying that sounds awful to me.
It was horrible. So on Friday, I went to the Barstool office, which I don't usually do, but they were having the pay-per-view fight with Hank versus Tex. It was like really fun. Blah, blah, blah. I went. It was a good time.
I saw you in the front row of that reaction video.
Yeah, that was also like a total accident. I was sitting because I didn't want to stand anymore, and then all of a sudden, the fight started, and I was front row center. I was like, oh no, I should move. But anyway, so whatever. So that happened. I ended up like going to a bar afterwards. We're out until like midnight or 1 o'clock. I was like, okay, fine. It's a Friday night, but all that for a Friday is like a lot of shit. Like I worked that day. Like I was tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot for Friday. And then Saturday morning, I had to wake up and go to Brooklyn to go to a birthday party. I was there for like 2.5 hours. And then we came back to Manhattan, went to our first Christmas party, which what I was doing in Brooklyn, I was doing shuffleboard. And it was really fun. And it was cool. There was like this little pop-up bar with tequila shots inside. It was like a cool thing. Then we get back to Manhattan 2.5 hours later and go to this Christmas party that was like a very like adult Christmas party. And everybody was like, so we went from like shuffleboard, like dicking around, tequila shots, straight to like a very nice apartment with sophisticated people drinking red wine. And I was like, like I don't know how I feel about this. So that was like a big juxtaposition. And then we came home, got completely re-ready, and then went out to like the main event, which was a giant Christmas party with like all of my friends at 9 p.m. And that didn't end until 3 a.m. I just was literally out for over 12 hours during the day.
That's like a day that takes like a month to recover from. Just thinking about it.
Feeling terrible. Like, so then also the next morning, for some reason, Sunday morning, I committed to going to my parents' house in New Jersey for a cookie party for my mom with like her best friends. So it's 9 a.m. and I'm on New Jersey Transit after all of that. So I'm just not doing anything ever again. Like please, nobody invite me to anything anymore. Like I just can't, because I can't say no. And I always I used to say no all the time because I felt bad. And I was like, oh, I gotta see people. Like I'm so antisocial lately. Like all I want to do is sit at home and just do nothing. So I'm gonna do it all. And then I did it all, and now I'm never doing anything ever again.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, like
I'm good for like 1 week in a month to go out and like be really busy, and then the rest of the month I'm like, oh man, I had that 1 weekend super busy. I need to do nothing this weekend. Like I need to watch some Netflix. I really need some alone time.
It really I've been I think this is the first time I'm like alone in my apartment since I don't even know when, like probably last Thursday or something. And it's actually really nice. Like I'm just kind of sitting here in the silence. I don't even have the TV on. Like I haven't had it on since I got home from work at 6 o'clock. Like I've just been like cooking and doing stuff like in the silence.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does sound really nice. And I keep thinking to myself, like, am I being crazy? Like I don't even have music on. Like, is this nuts? No, I just want to sit here in the quiet and do nothing and talk to nobody. And it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a perfect night to me, not gonna lie.
Yeah. What do you think are is like the most plans you've had in one day before, like that you've had to do? Because this past weekend for me was by far the busiest 3 days of my whole life. Like out of anything that I've ever done, even like college graduation, all that shit. Like this was the busiest time I've ever had.
I mean, this past weekend was kind of busy for me, actually.
Oh yeah,
It was, yeah, I had friends from Columbus, Cincinnati, and Chicago. They all came to Cleveland for like, we always have like a tailgating weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so they all came up like Friday night, and we, just hung out at my house, drank, and then like went to the bars, and we went like swimming, and we have a pool at our house, which is pretty nice. And like swam till like 4 a.m. Woke up.
Wait. You went swimming?
Yeah, we have a pool at our house. We have an indoor pool, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, an indoor pool. Oh, damn. I was
Yeah.
excuse me, did you know it's December? You can't really swim.
Yeah, we somehow got lucky enough, and like some professional athlete is renting this house out. We just happened to snag it off the market just in time. So
so exciting. Okay, so it's like an Airbnb, or wait, or was it like
like he's renting it for a year. So like I'm living in this house for a year. It's nice.
That's so awesome. Oh my God, what a snack. Wow, how did I not know that before this?
Yeah.
That's so, all right, so anyway, so you're like swimming your face off till 4 a.m. That's also so tiring. Do your shoulders hurt so bad?
No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was just kind of like messing around in the pool, and we were just hammered anyway, so.
Right, of course.
And then it was like Saturday night, we had a ugly sweater party, so we had a whole bunch of people come over, doing all that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what happened that night. It's blur. Okay. And waking up the next morning at like 8 a.m. to go tailgate the Browns game, which is already depressing enough. Ugh. And then it was like 30 degrees, like 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was, and more than anything, it was just like depressing that the weekend ended in that fashion, I guess. I don't even know if it was like a lot of plans. It was just like so much bunched into one with so little sleep, and then ending it with staying outside in 30 degrees for like 7 hours. Just made it a rough weekend. Like I feel like I'm still recovering from that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have pneumonia. I mean, Jesus Christ. I never am understanding why anybody goes to football games past like November. Like why? Like I get wanting to go, I get wanting to see your team, blah blah blah. But it's 0 degrees, and you have to stand out in the freezing fucking cold, and you can only get so drunk. You can't like black out so you're warm the entire time. It's like hardly ever happens, especially for girls. And I always am like, kudos to the people that still go, and then who don't go in like suites and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will go because my friends are there and they're all buying tickets, but I got an option to go this past Sunday. Like someone had tickets. Like, you want to go? Like, no. It's even though it's 40 degrees and not 30, I do not want to go outside again for 4 hours.
It's just so many hours. That's what I mean. Like it's an incredible amount of hours to stand outside right now. Like I could not. I could barely walk to work. Like my walk to work is 15 minutes outside, and I can hardly do it. It's just not.
Yeah, luckily I don't have to walk to work, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you don't have to go outside that much, but still, I couldn't. That sounds busy as fuck, Kenny. I was talking about my weekend. I'm like, oh no, party after party, and you're like, oh no, I'm swimming all night long and then tailgating my face off.
Yeah, instead of like a day, it was like a 3-day ordeal that whole weekend. So.
Yeah, my God, that sounds awful. I think that would have killed me. Like, I think that would actually murder me.
Oh, yeah. And then the next, like on Monday, me and my roommates took off, and it was just like cleaning everything, and it was not fun.
I don't know what is worse as you get older than the impulse to clean so like immediately and so quickly and so well once you get older. I feel like I've always kind of been a clean person, but I never cared that much when I was in college or high school. It was just like, oh, there's beer everywhere, just throw it out in the trash and like wipe down the counters, like whatever. Now, if I'm about to go to bed, I'm like, oh, I better clean up some of this so I don't have to do it in the morning.
Yeah, I do that too.
Like, when does that switch happen where you just really start caring about shit like that?
I feel like over the past year, like instead of just like, oh, I should clean this up, like if I start cleaning, I just clean everything. Like, gotta make everything organized, gotta rearrange this and clean that. It's never just like one thing. It has to be like 10 things.
It's always something like that. The worst thing in the world is when you start to clean the kitchen counter and then you realize that actually the entire counter is gross. So you have to take everything off the counter and like move it all out. Just like really clean it. I always get sucked into doing that. I always want to clean up one spot and clean the whole fucking counter. Drives me nuts. I don't know why I always do that. Or like dusting. I'll dust like one thing. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I've got the Swiffer out. I'm like, how did this happen? All I was doing was dusting one thing.
I'll admit I don't dust like ever.
Okay, cool. Because you won't be able to stop.
Yeah, I just try not to notice the dust. I'll notice clutter, but dust I'll just kind of turn a blind eye to.
That's good. I think that's good. So yeah, I'm not making plans. I'm not doing anything ever again. Tonight, you'll be listening to this on Wednesday, so think of me last night. I decided to take on a very large cooking undertaking, and I'm making challah bread and latkes and some sort of steak situation. It's really just too much. It's too much stuff. The timing is not right on it. Like, everything takes a really long time. Like, this fucking bread, I'll never make this bread again. Like, even if it's good, I don't care. I'll never make it again. I'll fucking buy it. It took me like 25 minutes to make, then it had to sit for an hour. Now it has to like sit for another hour. It's such a pain in my ass. And
So it's not even in the oven yet? It's just sitting there?
well, right now it's like raising on top of the, has to be like on a baking sheet. So I braided it. It looks kind of nice. I took a picture of it, but I know it's not going to come out the way it's supposed to. Like, the oven just beeped that it was heated up, and it can only be in there for 15 minutes, and then I have to turn up the temperature for like another 15 minutes. It's just oh God, I really wish I didn't do any of this. So, I mean, I'm pissed, and I just, like I said, I'm never making plans again. That falls under the making plans category.
Oh, yeah.
Also, recently, this past weekend, I started having really bad back problems. Like, I've had back problems for a while, just not really, I shouldn't actually say that. My back's always hurting because I sit in a chair and I slouch. Like, so, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
This weekend, all of a sudden, it's been sharp shooting pains, probably because I didn't sit down at all. And I had to go to the chiropractor today. Have you ever been to a chiropractor before?
I haven't. Like, do they just crack your back, or do they actually like look at it? I've heard they just crack your back, and that's basically it for going to a chiropractor.
So I went, and this is also really weird. I went because I have a new friend on Twitter who was like, "Hey, I work at a chiropractic office. I saw your tweet about your back problems. You should come by, and I'll check it out for you." I was like, "Oh, sweet." So I literally did that. I wasn't going to do it. I never do anything because like, if I'm sick or if something's wrong, I just never go to the doctor. I never do anything. I just wait for it to go away. And I took that as a sign, like, oh shit, I'm being reached out to. Like, maybe I should get my back checked out. And so I went, and it was really interesting. It was like I got like a cracked back, which was nice. The only thing I didn't like is I got my neck cracked also, and that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, I'm cringing just thinking about it. I don't like that.
Neck. Yeah, it was like both sides of my neck, and I'm a tense person anyway. Like, I can't relax. I would never be relaxed in that situation. So he's like, "Oh, don't be like too tense, or else it might like hurt a little bit." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I'll relax." And so he did the first side, and I didn't really know what was coming, and I screamed. And then he did the second side, and I knew it was coming, and it hurt because I was like so tensed up. Oh my God, I gotta go back on Thursday. So it's like, pray for me.
Yeah, I wish you luck.
Yeah, my back does feel a little bit better though, I will say. It was hurting me so much the other day, and now it's feeling fine. So maybe there's something to it. But yeah, so shout out to that guy. Once I go again, I'll probably like tweet out the name of these people because they're actually really helpful. And so yeah, I don't know. Do you have any issues or ailments that have just like come on in the past couple of years? I feel like all I have are ailments, things that are wrong with me every day.
I mean, I have like really bad knees, So my knee, like if I'm doing something athletic, every now and then, like my knee will just feel like it pops out. But I just kind of like let it sit for 2 months, and then it kind of gets better.
Right.
And then this past week or 2 weekends ago, I accidentally spilled oil on my face and like in my eye.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no. Back up and pause and tell me how you accidentally put oil on your face.
So I was frying a salmon like in a pan, and I had oil in the pan, and I put way too much oil in. Like it was popping already. And I flipped the salmon, and I didn't flip it gently enough, and it just splashed like up onto my face. I'm pretty sure I got some in my eye. I don't know. Like I don't know what oil does to your eye, but I like instant pain. It's just like I filled up a bucket of water and just kept my face in it, just blinking like uncontrollably in this cold water, just trying to flush out anything.
Oh my God.
And I was like laying with a towel over my face for like 2 hours after that, just trying to cool my face down, like lathered it in aloe. And like I had all these red dots on it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to work on Monday with like blisters on my face. I was so worried. I thought I was gonna go blind. I was like, I need to go to the ER or something.
Oh my
At
God.
the same time, I was like, I don't know what my insurance covers. I have insurance, but
Oh my
I've never used it. So
The insurance thing is so fucking real. I have no idea what my insurance does. Like, it does anything. Like, I feel like every time I go to the doctor, I have to pay $1 billion.
I was like, I'm really broke right now. I don't know what my insurance covers. So I'm gonna hope this just kind of blows over.
Just,
And
yeah.
next morning, I woke up and like my eye was like crusty because it was just like I must have been like trying to flush out something. I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, it's probably tearing and stuff. Like,
Yeah. And like the redness had went down, so like I think I'm okay. I'll give it one more day. If it still hurts the next morning, then I'll go to the doctor. But it like slowly got better over 4 days, so I can see. I think that's a win at that point.
I mean, you're
I didn't get any blisters. It just kind of was red for like 4 days. So
fucking crazy. Well, first, I have 2 questions. First, why are you flipping salmon in a pan like you're Bobby Flay? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you just flip it normal with like tongs?
well, see, I was gonna use tongs. Tongs were dirty, so I went spatula, and it was just like I couldn't flip it because it was a very heavy salmon. So I kind of like lifted it too high, and it like dropped into the pan and just splattered everywhere.
Oh no.
I could have just washed the tongs. Now I know. Always wash the tongs and don't use a spatula. So
Jesus Christ. Also, all right. So, second question was, did you still eat the salmon?
I did. Yeah, it's great.
Continue cooking it, like even with all that, or did somebody like help take over for you?
I was so between cooking it, I was like flushing my eyes out, and then like I got up after like 2 minutes and like checked the salmon, then put my eyes back in there, and then like checked the salmon. And while I was laying there with like the towel over my face, I was eating the salmon without actually seeing it. So
Oh my God. Well, at least it was good, I guess.
it was a good salmon. Or I don't know if it was worth the pain, but it was good.
It's honestly all too much. Like, well, congratulations on the salmon, I guess, and burning your face off. Yeah, I'm so nervous always of getting burned that way. I'm always burning my hands. Like if ever I'm cooking like that, all the oil just fucking goes everywhere. And I'm always burning my skin and burning my hands. I'm like, there's something wrong with this. Like there's definitely too much oil in here. I just am like numb to all this boiled hand, I guess. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, at this point, I don't react to like oil splattering on my hands. Like, oh, just another one. Like, here it goes again.
Just another one. It's fine. Just more blisters.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about your face and eye. Jesus. All right. Well, I guess I won't complain so much about all my stupid fucking things that I'm doing right now because at least I didn't burn my face off. I also wanted to quickly discuss. There is really no segue for this, but did you see the Ocean's 8 trailer today?
I did.
Speaking of women in the kitchen, you know what I mean? So I realized once I watched this trailer today that I have never seen any of the other Ocean's movies, like with men. I've never seen them. Have you?
I've seen Ocean's 11. Haven't seen 12 or 13.
I don't know why I remember specifically having like a vendetta against it. I think because I saw the commercial so many times. I was like, that movie looks fucking stupid. And I just never have seen it since. And now, or I never really they're old. Those movies are like 10 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, whatever. And I watched the trailer for Ocean's 8 today with my girl Sandy Bullock and, you know, all the other really famous people that are in it. And it looks like an awesome movie. I'm dying to go see it.
Oh, I'm very excited to see it. I love any heist movie. I think it's
Well,
awesome.
me too. And I guess I didn't realize, you know, in 2004 when the first one came out, or whatever year it was, that was what the movies were. That they were heist movies because I love those movies and I should have seen them by now. And so now I have to go back and like watch the others.
At least Ocean's 11. I've heard 12 and 13 aren't as good, but 11, fantastic.
I watched all of the trailers for them today, like the old school trailers, and
Hmm.
they were so cheesy. Like you would have thought they were Saturday Night Live skits. That's
I've
how
never seen the trailer, so I don't know how cheesy they
they
are.
were really bad. Like I don't know what I expected. They were also so long. They were each like 3 minutes long. I was like, this is too long. And then it was just like George Clooney and Brad Pitt laughing a lot. Like, ha ha ha, we're gonna rob this, we're gonna rob Vegas. Like, ha ha ha. When's the last time you've been to Vegas? Oh, last time we robbed it. It was like, all right.
That kind of sums it up, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, all right, well, I guess I don't really need to see the movie anymore because I already know what's going on. But Ocean's 8 looks really good. I don't really get the connection. I guess Sandra Bullock is like George Clooney's sister, who's also
Yeah, that's what I read was that her character is George Clooney's sister, and they both just rob shit. I guess I don't know.
So I think it's a bit of a stretch, honestly. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It also seems like based in the preview that Anne Hathaway's character, she's just a movie star. She's not in on the heist. She's being robbed, I think.
Yeah, I think she's like Anne Hathaway in the movie, or I don't know. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, she like basically plays herself. Like I'm wondering if she is literally playing herself, if they're going to give her like a fake name because they're stealing from the Met Gala. That's the thing. So if they're already using names like the Met Gala, aren't they just going to use Anne Hathaway's name?
I kind of hope they do. I feel like it'd
That too.
be better if they did.
I hope that too. I also think it's interesting because she was Catwoman also.
I didn't know that.
A cat burglar stealing jewels, and that's what these bitches are about to do. So it would be kind of like a little nod, in my opinion. Just drawing conclusions, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm psyched to see that. That came out today. Watch the trailer. You'll be excited too if you haven't seen it already. Another thing that happened on the internet today, / like the only thing that's happened all weekend, Meghan Markle's wedding dress designs were allegedly released. And I'll tell you what, I was very excited to see the designs. I was underwhelmed by them. And Kenny, I don't know if you're a wedding dress expert on the side.
I am not.
But yeah, this dress, I mean, I'm sure it will be gorgeous, whatever it is. But I was pretty unenthused. I wasn't that excited. When you think of a wedding dress, do you think of it as like a pretty thing, like a hot thing that a girl would wear?
I don't know. I just picture white. I'll be honest. I don't think much about wedding dresses.
Yeah.
I'm very young and don't think about weddings. So
I don't know. I never feel like guys. I feel like what a wedding dress is for the girl always. I feel like everything about a wedding is for a girl, but or for the bride, whoever the bride may be. But I always am wondering if guys think a wedding dress would like be sexy. Like this wedding dress sketch.
I feel like the wedding dress should be like, I guess, sex, like form fitting. I do picture like form fitting more.
I get that. Yeah, I agree. This one was form fitting, but it has like long sleeves and it kind of looks like a medieval gown, in my opinion.
Okay.
The way that it's drawn up, if that kind of paints any picture for you, it looks very stuffy. So I'm wondering what it's like actually going to look like, or if there's going to be lace or something. Because Meghan Markle's like, you know, she's American. She's like, you know, kind of a rebel. She's not.
Yeah, you think she'd go like against the traditional dress. But...
Yeah. So that's what I was hoping for. So I'm hoping either one, that these released designs are fake, or that it ends up being, you know, like entirely see-through lace or something and like so scandalous.
Yeah. I don't have much to add on this, I'll be honest. So.
I know you don't. I just basically wanted to talk about it.
I mean,
talk out loud.
I guess I have like one good story to add that kind of relates to the royal family, which is internship I used to work at. This the lady's daughter, who also worked at this place, she went to school in England, and she was very good friends with Kate Middleton, that's her name, Catherine Middleton, whatever, and Prince Harry. And she went to the wedding, of Prince Harry and Kate Middleton,
Prince William. It's Prince William.
or Prince William, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she was featured in People magazine for like she wore the same dress as someone else, and like People magazine wrote this like huge article about it. It's kind of funny.
Oh my God.
That was about it.
What a dream. I would love that.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was like kind of cool that I knew someone who knew the royal family. I was like,
Yeah, that's only 1 degree. So now I'm only like 3 degrees of separation from the royals based on that.
yeah, like you can meet them pretty soon at that point, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think you need to call your friend and like ask your friend to holler at Kate Middleton and be like, hey, where are you going to be on this date? And then I will just fly there, be there at that time and say, hey, I'm this friend who's friends with Kenny, who's friends with me. So we're friends now.
That should work. I think you'll get in.
Yeah, I think that will, maybe I'll just show up like on the wedding date of Meghan and Harry. I'll just show up and be like, oh, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so's friend. So I'm here.
Yeah, you'll be on the list.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Kenny, for making sure that my invitation to the royal wedding is solidified.
Yeah, no problem.
We have a couple of questions. Would you like to answer some with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see. Quick shout out from my longtime listener, White Wine Forever, who's a guy. He wrote in a question this week. Actually, I think he wrote it last week, but I hope this gets to him in time. I know Christmas is like a few days away, but he says, last week, he said, what's up, Kelly Keegs? Last week, you talked about what to get guys for Christmas. I recently started dating this girl that I've been friends with for 3+ years. We've been dating since October, but do I start the gift calculation from October or our friendship? The scale for a 3-month relationship and a 4-year friendship are different. Also, how much wine does it turn? Wait. What? How much wine does it turn from a present to I just want to drink? I don't really know what that part means. I'm sorry, white wine. Do you think that there's a set amount of money you spend after like a certain amount of months when dating somebody?
I don't know. I feel like it's wherever you are in life, I guess. Like if I'm, well established in my career, like obviously whoever I'm dating at that point expects something more than like, a small gift. But if you're like recently graduated or in college and you don't have a lot of money, like I don't think they expect, a diamond necklace and all this other shit. So
No.
I don't think it matters so much about how long you've been dating that much. I mean, obviously the longer you date, spend more, but I don't think it matters too much in this equation. But since he's known her for so long,
Yeah.
definitely something more than just like a usual 2-month relationship.
Yeah. I think also, Kenny, that just now you talked yourself into and out of your own answer.
Yeah, I really just walked in a circle there. I'm so bad at gifts that like even just thinking about this put me in a pretzel. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. Yeah, no. Okay, so you're wrong on all of those answers. Actually, no, you're not totally wrong. I get what you were saying. It shouldn't matter how much time has gone by to get someone a nice gift. Like if you want to get them a nice gift, you're also not expected to spend $1 billion on somebody. Like, and if somebody's expecting you to spend like a ton of money on them for Christmas, like that's just selfish. Like grow the fuck up. I think that because you've been friends with this person for so long, the fact that you guys just started dating doesn't really have anything to do with it. I think above all things, this gift should be like thoughtful as opposed to expensive. I think that'll always get you out of any situation. Like the more thoughtful the gift, like it doesn't matter how much it costs. Like it could be like a, like a framed menu from like a place you went to eat when you guys were kids or something like that. Like
a very personal gift.
Yes, agreed. Like a very personal gift. And like also something cute. Like you get like a nice bottle of wine and then also something sentimental. Like you don't have to get, like you said, diamond earrings or like a tennis bracelet or something so absurd like that. Just because you've been dating for X amount of time. I think that sentimental value always trumps everything if you're in a pinch, for sure.
I've always went for sentimental value. After you said that, I realized I've done that with past girlfriends and stuff.
It's really, honestly, a lot easier. I mean, it's hard if you like don't pay attention to your significant other and you don't love them. But if you if you pay like a little bit of attention to something that they like, or even like an offhanded comment that they made one time, like just remember one thing that they really like that they haven't like talked about on end, and then get that, and then you'll look like a queen or a prince
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what you're doing. So white wine, I think that that's what you should do. I think you should go sentimental value. You can do like a cutesy little thing, but I think that's what you need to do above all. Let me know what you end up doing because I would like to know. Okay, so next question is from Leah. She says, I think I have a solid Bumble opener, but 85% of the time, guys don't answer, while I have girlfriends who get responses to a hey. If your girl isn't pretty enough to lead with a hey, and my fantastic Titanic icebreaker opener yields a poor response rate, what's a girl to do? So I put this on here because I have spent little to no time on dating apps, but I get how they work, sort of. Have you like been on dating apps really at all?
I had a good like 2-year run in college where I was just doing every dating app. So I'd say I'm very knowledgeable on them.
Okay, well there you go. When you see, or when you're flipping through a dating app, are you looking at girls, whatevers? Are you looking at their openers, like their captions or whatever? I think I can't tell what she means by opener. Does she mean like?
Well, like on Bumble, it's different than Tinder where it's the girl has to message first. Like the guy can't.
I forgot about that. Okay, so then, did you respond like if they had a really good opener like that, or was it based entirely on like if they were hot or not?
I'd say 90% of the time it was all looks. But if you had a good opener, it'd be like really good. Had to be one of the like original, something I've never heard.
Okay.
I'd respond, but like nothing would go from there. So it's mostly looks. As shallow as that sounds, it's mostly looks.
That's kind of what I expected, because I feel like that's my problem with dating apps always is like I could never be on a dating app because I'm okay looking. I'm not like stunningly gorgeous, and I also don't take pictures that are that flattering. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of group pictures that I just crop people out of, and like those are my pics. Like I don't take selfies with my boobs in my mouth, you know? So guys aren't going to be like, oh yes, absolutely, because it's just a faraway picture of me, my brother, and my dog. So, you know, I think that a lot of people underestimate. I forgot what I was just saying. I just got distracted. There's like Christmas music playing outside randomly of my apartment, and I just got distracted. Anyway, sorry, Leah. Back on track. So I think that a lot of the time on these dating apps, if you're not that hot, or if you're like, you know, a little bit hot, but you're more funny than anything else, then I don't know if Bumble's like the spot for you. Like you might want to be somewhere else where you can get like more, I don't know, more texts, like more people reaching out to you first. Like, I don't know. Fuck.
I mean, at that point, I would go Tinder if I was her. Just focus more on that.
Like, I feel like Tinder probably is like, I mean, it's like a little sleazier, right? But it's not.
It definitely is. But like when I was on Bumble, it was like if a girl messaged me, I was like, oh shit, like I need to like look more at her. But like on Tinder, it's like I'm just gonna message everyone. It's just like throwing darts at a dartboard, just hope for whatever.
You kind of get more time to respond. I guess that's like what I'm looking for. Like all you need is that initial hey or that initial whatever, and then you can get to talking. And then if you're like cute but funny, you can kind of get that across. Whereas if you just send one like cheesy opener line and this guy doesn't like love Titanic or think that it's cute, then you're screwed, you know? Like forget it. Also, I think that yeah, like I said, the dating apps are just not the place for you if you're like, you know, cute and funny and and not like a total thought. Like I feel like that's what it's become.
Yeah, there's no place for those people.
I
was
would
kind of that person. It's very difficult. You're very in the middle the entire time.
yeah, that kind of sucks. Like I feel like there's not a lot going on. I feel like it's good for, I mean, if you just want to like go on a bunch of dates, that's fine. But I would be eaten alive in this like dating app era. I just never, I'm so glad. And I don't know how I missed the whole thing, but I really did. And I'm so happy about it because I just,
It's wear and tear. It's like almost depressing to do. Like, but like you just feel like you have to do it.
right.
I don't know.
Ugh, shit. Sorry about your depressing, fucking terrible life, Leah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I just called your life depressing, but
no, you're not wrong though. It's like it's a very strange thing. Like I definitely think that people that are on dating apps are very smart. I think you should be absolutely for sure. But I could never, like, I cannot practice what I preach situation. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know if I was single again. I don't know if I'd do dating apps. It was just, I don't know, too much almost.
Yeah. I think I'd have to like rely on friends of friends forever. I think that's what happened. All right. So sorry, Leah, that your dating app life sucks. You should go on Tinder. Okay. So next, our last question, and then we're actually going to wrap it up because I have to put my challah bread in this fucking oven. A little quick up to round out the year for you guys. Okay, so it's from Still Hungover on Weekends, which same. And it says, do you ever feel weird that your friends are ahead of you in life? All of my friends are getting married and having kids, and I'm just here chilling. I try not to let it bother me, but it's weird. This is kind of perfect for you right now, Kenny, because you just said, like, I'm young. I'm not really thinking about any of that stuff. Do you have any friends who are married at all?
I have quite a few friends that are engaged, and fun fact about me is I came from the high school in Ohio that has the highest teen pregnancy rate. So I have lots of people I know with kids that are like 4 or 5 now.
Oh, what a nightmare.
I don't feel bad about it, not even in the slightest, because I don't want a kid. I don't want to be married yet. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's any reason to feel bad about that or feel like you're behind.
I couldn't agree more with that. I almost see all of that as like a lot of people view it as, oh, I'm missing out, or, oh, why not me, or whatever. I see it as like, Jesus Christ, like, thank God I'm not dealing with planning a wedding. Thank God I'm not raising a fucking human being. Like, thank God all I have to think about is like the fact that I'm trying to make dinner before 9:30. Like, that's all I have to think about.
Yeah, I see on Facebook like people with their kids and like, oh my God, I can't imagine. I'm just trying to figure out like, do I have enough time to own a dog, let alone a kid? So
exactly, like, it's just, oh my God. And like I said, I get the pressures of it. I get when like all your friends are around, and the worst thing I think that any like friend of yours, I do air quotes friend, could do is make you feel bad about not being on the same pace as them. Because it's just so fucking condescending. Like, I hate when people think that they know, like, oh, you should be dating somebody right now, or, oh, you should like be getting engaged, or you should be having a baby. It's like the time to. Newsflash, fucking times have changed, and nobody's like having kids unless they are completely financially stable, and nobody's getting engaged unless they can afford the gigantic ring without mountains of debt, or nobody's getting married without being able to buy a house first. Like, people just have their priorities in order, and they're just thinking about shit for themselves. They're not thinking about what other people think as much.
Oh yeah.
Still hungover. I think that it's okay that you're still hungover on weekends, and I think you should enjoy this time, and you shouldn't think about your dumbass friends who are married and having kids already, because that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I would rather drink every weekend and not deal with a child. So
really, honestly, everything that this person said, like getting married and getting engaged, okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't care about any of that. Having kids really is like the ultimate throw your life away, and that's what sounds the worst out of all of this, and that should just serve as a warning call to like remember to take your birth control, not make you feel bad that you don't have a kid.
Yeah, and I feel like friends pressuring you, not that bad. It's when the family starts to pressure you.
Oh my God, I know.
Like my this past, it was like 3 weeks ago. We like had one of like an extended family small get together, and some of my cousins have some kids, and they look very similar to me, like blonde hair, skinny kind of kids. My mom saw them with me, and my girlfriend was there. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait till you have kids. Like, you need to get on this." I'm like, no, like you gotta wait. Gotta wait quite a while for that one right there.
What you're saying?
I don't care if they look like me and I had fun with them. I don't want to have them for 24/7. Like, an hour is enough for me. I had enough kid time for the year.
You don't forget that. Like, kids are cute. Like, I'll take a cute little photo of you in my lap, but I don't have to go home with you and like listen to you scream yourself to sleep. Like, that's not my job. It's somebody else's job. So of course I like you right now, and I probably look adorable with you, but I'm not going to look as adorable when I have bags under my eyes down to my knees because I haven't slept in 5 months. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Huge difference. So
big time.
But like, I almost felt bad when my mom pressured me. I was like, oh, but I'm like, no kids yet. Can't do it.
feel bad. Never commit. Never feel bad.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Kenny. I gotta go because I gotta put in this fucking bread. I will. Everybody follow Kenny on Twitter and follow me on Twitter and follow my Wine with Kelly Snapchat. Maybe I'll pop all this bread and all this shit that I'm doing on my Snapchat so you guys can see the massive undertaking I took on for no reason whatsoever.
See, I'm an intern. Didn't even know we had a Wine with Kelly Snapchat. I'll be honest.
Oh no, did I say Snapchat? We don't have that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, when did we get a Snapchat?
And then Instagram. No. We don't
Instagram.
have this.
Okay.
I'm sorry for false advertising. I'm sorry for false advertising. It's just Instagram. I you know what, the Insta stories, I always say Snap story, like instinctively, because Snapchat's invaded my brain. Like that's, yeah. I know Instagram's trying really hard, but Snapchat's got me like literally by the nerve endings in my brain. So good luck, Instagram, because I'm gonna call it Snap story forever. All right, well, Kenny, thank you so much for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Everybody else, like I said, go follow everything and have a good holiday. Have a good New Year. Like whatever. Maybe I'll pop on here next week sometime and just give you a little update. But if not, then I'll see you next year.